My name is Jason and welcome to the Gunner Station, the channel where I talk all things Arsenal, and today we're going to talk about Arsenal's 2-2 draw against Tottenham in the North London derby. Now I've got to hold my hands up, I got it wrong. I predicted Arsenal to win 3-0 and I also said that Tottenham wouldn't get a lucky penalty which they've scored from again, and it wasn't the case either way. Now if you watched the game as a neutral, I'm sure you enjoyed it. It was a very entertaining game, but from an Arsenal fan perspective, I just felt very disappointed, which is a very strange thing to say considering we were 2-0 down, we've come back to show great character and get it back to 2-2. I just feel like it's 2 points dropped rather than gained, to be honest. The reason I feel like that is just the manner of how Spurs went 2-0 up. I mean, firstly, Socrates, just in no man's land, missed a header. You know, Tottenham go through with Lamela, takes a shot, and then just Leno, he needs to be dealing with that a lot better. He wasn't strong enough. Just palmed it in the way of Eriksen, who scored his goal, his 50th goal. So that's a memorable one, isn't it? And then for their second goal, I know it's been said a lot, but Granit Xhaka, what the heck were you thinking doing a tackle like that in the box? There was absolutely no need for that. It was just a stupid challenge. And of course, Harry Kane with his goals against Arsenal, which, how many of them are penalties? You know what I mean? It's not as if he actually really affects the game, he just scores the penalties against us. But as I said, Granit Xhaka, there's no excuse for that. I don't know what he was thinking, why he did it. Bear in mind, this is the guy who's our captain of the day as well. It's unbelievable. It was just an utter disaster show from Xhaka there. There's no excuses though. He's 26 years old. He's the captain, as I mentioned. How many times is he going to do these stupid mistakes? He should know by now, these mistakes are unacceptable. He shouldn't be doing them. If it was like, you know, a 21-year-old or whatever doing it, you could say, okay, you know what, he'll learn from next time. But it's getting to Lee Catamol stages now where he's just simply not going to learn. And the amount of fouls and everything he costs us in games is just getting ridiculous. One of my mates is just totally against him, and it's performances like this where like people like myself who, you know, are not a fan of his as such, but I was neutral, I'd say. What can I say? I can't defend Xhaka after performances like that. I've got to agree. Perhaps it's best that he does go. Now I've watched, a lot of clips on YouTube on the telly of people like Paul Merson, other pundits on TalkSport, even Arsenal Fan TV, AFTV. There seems to be a lot of criticism aimed towards Emery. A lot of it I do agree with because, you know, I wouldn't have played the three defensive midfielders against Tottenham at home. I can understand against like a Liverpool or Man City, but against Tottenham, Ceballos or Willock should have started, been a lot more positive from the outset. But I do think it's a bit early to be going after Emery. You know what? I don't think he's going to play this sort of system again. And also he played the three up front. That's what we have wanted, to play Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette all at once. And it worked out, I thought, generally speaking. I mean, Aubameyang and Lacazette both got goals. I think Pepe, okay, he wasn't the best, but you can see there is a player in there. He just needs to get his first goal. I think that, we've got to give Emery a bit of slack, and we just need to remember as Arsenal fans that his aim, and Arsenal's aim I should say, is to get back into the Champions League, preferably through the top 4 this season. If we can win a cup along the way, then, perfect. I'd be more than up for that, because it is about winning trophies end of the day. But we do need to get back into the Champions League, and if Emery doesn't do that, then he'll be gone because his contract will expire. We'll get rid of him. He's not doing that bad of a job where we need to get rid of him right now. In fact, I'm generally quite happy with Emery, and he does show, like he did yesterday, that he is willing to change things during games, and I thought he was the much better tactician than Pochettino. He figured out Pochettino's plan just to hit us on the counter, and he adapted to that. And I know it's easy to get carried away, emotions running high. I'm guilty of it myself. I predicted us to beat Liverpool and beat Spurs, and obviously it didn't work out that way. But that's for myself as well to reflect, and whilst I'm going to remain optimistic, that's just who I am. I believe that Arsenal can and will finish in the top 4. It's a flip between them and Spurs, who will get third and who will get fourth. I'm going to be a bit more measured with my predictions, and I feel that Arsenal fans should all be a bit measured and see the long-term picture. We are just after the top 4 position at the moment, so we're getting back into the Champions League. Then we can grow as a team. And speaking of being optimistic, I genuinely believe that there were a lot of positives to take from this game. As I said, being 2-0 down to get it back to 2-2, Lacazette's goal in the manner it came just before the first half ended, that was a massive goal for us. Without that goal, perhaps we wouldn't have come back and got the goal in the second half and made it a 2-2 draw. Aubameyang as well, getting a very important goal in the North London derby. I thought Ceballos, when he came on, was a really positive influence, like always trying to go forwards. But most positive of all was, of course, our man of the match, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, Matteo Guendouzi. What a performance from him. He's really grown. You know, I've been a bit unsure of him in the last few games. I haven't thought he was terrible in any of them, but yesterday, wow, he was really up for it. He showed what it meant to wear that Arsenal badge, and he just really went for it, very positive, and of course his assist for Aubameyang's goal was immense. So I'm very happy for him that he's been called up to the French squad now. It's well and truly deserved. On a side note, I'd just like to add that Harry Kane is a dirty cheat, and he had a disgusting dive against us, putting his body into Socrates. Okay, you're throwing him. It wasn't the most sensible to like keep his hands on his back, but Harry Kane, he just needs to stop the diving. I know he's England's golden boy, but it just annoys me that these pundits are just, you know, I watched Match of the Day, they were just reluctant to outright call him a diver. If he wasn't England's golden boy, they would have called him a diver for what he is. And it's not the first time he's done it, even against Arsenal. He's also done it against Chelsea, did it against Liverpool. It's just getting a rep now. I know he got booked for it last season as well. I'm just glad that the referees, even if they aren't going to book him for the stimulation, that they're seeing right through his act now, which is a positive sign. He's been getting away with it for a few seasons now. Let's get into the player rating, shall we? First of all, Mileno in goal. As I said, that first goal was his mistake. I know Socrates contributed to that, but he should have dealt with that a lot better. Saying that though, afterwards, he did a lot of really good saves to keep us in the game against Son and a few other players. So he's not going to get the lowest mark. With that mistake and the way he performed afterwards, it averages out. I'll give him an average mark of 5 out of 10. Onto the right back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I just felt he was a bit too relaxed, really. He's had better performances and I've been a local person coming from Arsenal's youth academy as well. He should have been really up for it. I just felt at times he was just too relaxed. Be a 4 out of 10 for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, just below average performance. On the other side, Kolasinac. It wasn't the best, was it? Could it be down to the fact that he just hasn't played much this season? Well, it's his first real game, isn't it? But I just felt like, okay, you've made a few good headers in the box, but then crossing was non-existent. He just got into good positions and then just did nothing with the ball. He could have scored. He should have really scored when he got the chance. And obviously our third goal was disallowed because he was offside, which... yeah, for Kolasinac, he's going to get a 2 out of 10. It just was not a good performance. Hopefully he can improve, but even more hopefully, Kieran Tierney comes back into the team sooner rather than later and fills the void left by Monreal. Well, Monreal in his prime anyway. Socrates wasn't good, was it? I just felt like on another day, some ref like Mike Dean, for instance, would have happily have given, oh, Harry Kane, it must be a penalty, and given it. That was just clumsy. Then I just felt like the first goal was being Leno's fault. It was his fault as well. So he'd get I was going to give him a 3 out of 10. I'll give him a 4 out of 10 for Socrates. David Luiz, though, I actually thought played quite well. I don't remember him doing anything any mistakes or a few good passes, headers away and that. So Luiz, above average performance, gets a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for David Luiz. Into the midfield, Granit Xhaka. Right, my mate Mark, he despises Xhaka, and I did ask him, if you were to give him a rating out of 10, what would you give him? He straight away said 0 out of 10. I'm very tempted to give him 0 out of 10, but then I do think, after that mistake, he did try to get back into the game and make things right, but then he kept giving away fouls. Somehow he got away with not getting yellow cards. I don't know how that happened. The referee wasn't the best yesterday. So I'm tempted to give him a 2 out of 10. But the fouls and that penalty was just, it's just, no offence, it was just a brain-dead decision by him. I'm going to go with your rating, Mark. It'll be a 0 out of 10 for Granit Xhaka, just to get rid of him. Guendouzi, though, from one end of the scale, 0 out of 10, to my man of the match, Guendouzi. As I said, was going about everywhere, making the right passes, making winning tackles in the right times. As I said, that assist for Aubameyang alone, really, has got him into the French squad. So 8 out of 10 for Guendouzi. Torreira, I don't feel he really got into the game, to be honest. He could have done a lot better with his play and that. So just an average performance from Torreira. I'd have to give him a 5 out of 10. For Nicolas Pepe, I see the criticism from a few jealous rival fans are starting to creep in saying, oh yeah, he hasn't scored, oh Daniel James has scored more goals. Easy. You can see the potential was there with Pepe, and he will come good. But yesterday's performance, I've got to be real, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst, so 5 out of 10 for Pepe. Into the middle, Lacazette worked his what's off. He really, that goal was a massive goal for us. You could tell the reason he came off was because he was injured. But he really put 100% in for Arsenal. That's all you can want, really. And a player of his quality, he got us a great goal at the crucial time. So for Lacazette, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Aubameyang, he did get that goal, but I just felt he was ineffective at times. I didn't really notice him too much. I thought there was other players trying a lot more harder than he was. So if I've given Lacazette a 7, he'd probably get a 6 out of 10. He was definitely better than Pepe, he was just bang average. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for Aubameyang. On to our substitutions, Ceballos. Again, why didn't this guy start? He should have started. Very positive, he tested Lloris. He did change the dynamics, a bit like Aaron Ramsey last season. He changed the dynamics of this game. So for Ceballos, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Perhaps he should have started, he would have got a higher mark. But hopefully Emery learns that for next time. Our other sub, who was that again? Oh yeah, the guy who's left on loan today, Mkhitaryan. Why Mkhitaryan came on instead of Nelson or even Mesut Ozil, I don't know, to be honest. He offered absolutely nothing. It was just awful, wasn't it? 2 out of 10 for him, isn't it? I only don't give him the 0 because he didn't give away a penalty, but I'm just glad he's gone. Hopefully Roma make it a permanent deal. He's a great player, Roma, please buy him. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, then please subscribe. You can like or dislike this video. Make a comment on there if you want to disagree or agree with any of my points about the North London derby. You can follow me on my Instagram, which is in the description below. My name's been Jason, and I'll see you soon. Take care.